Okay, students. Yesterday we are completed the topic hormones. What are called hormones? What is the function of the hormones? What is meant by hormones? In 1905, the scientist called Starling, an English scientist, Starling, used the first word is called as the hormone. The word is deriving from the Greek language. According to the Greek language, hormone means to impel. Okay. So regarding this one, we are clearly completed this. Endocrine glands. A part of the endocrine gland is called as, for example, adrenaline, which is also commonly called a fight or flight hormone. Why? Because that is called like this already, you know clearly now. Okay, so this is also comes under as a feedback mechanism. So some of the still some one more thing. Yesterday last topic now, increasing the levels of the adrenaline hormone also increases the heartbeat rate, and again dilation of the pupil, coronary dilation, pupil dilation, goosebumps, okay, sensitivity, fear, anger. These are all completely parallel conditions, parallel situations regarding the increasing levels of the adrenaline hormone. As the percentage of the adrenaline hormone is decreases, simultaneously, as the percentage of adrenaline hormone is increases, the blood glucose levels is gradually increases. I understand. So at the same, these two are the simply a parallel condition. So when the glucose levels are automatically decreases, the adrenal percentage gradually automatically decreases now, controlling this. Okay. So that still some more hormones. Okay. This is called as endocrine glands. Of course, if you're not having any textbooks, if you people have to note down this one, I will read this one by one clearly now. Okay. So in the first of the one, the first table, what is the gland of the one of the body is given? Where is the location of the gland is here? What is the hormone secreted to the particular gland itself? And what is the response to the hormone in the body itself now? Clear? See that? First one is the pituitary. You know clearly the pituitary gland here. This is presenting in the floor of the brain. If you are keeping this is a part of the brain simply. At the floor of the brain, a large pea seed like a button, a pea seed like structure is this is commonly called as a pituitary gland. And the floor of the brain, the gland is present. This is also known as the master gland of the endocrine, which is also connecting to the diencephalon, the thalamus of the diencephalon part. Previous topic we clearly discussed. The thalamus part, there is, thalamus and hypothalamus. These two divisions also present in this particular diencephalon regarding now. So this is also called as the master gland of the endocrine because it can controls, it can regulates the functions of the all the hormones in the body itself now. That's why we people have to discuss very first of the time. Okay, pituitary gland location, floor of the brain, base part of the brain. Some of the hormones are secreted from this one. These are called somatotropin, thyrotropin, gonadotropism, gonadotropin. Sorry, ACTH means adrenocorticotropic hormone. Adrenocorticotropic hormone, luteinizing hormone. Simply it is called as LH. See once again, somatotropin. This is basically called as GH, growth hormone. Second one, thyrotropin. Thyrotropin. Third one, gonadotropin. Gonadotropin. Fourth one, adrenocorticotropic hormone, luteinizing hormone, LH. What is the response? Growth of the bones, activity of the thyroid gland, activity of ovary and testis, stimulates secretion from adrenal cortex. In males, secretion of testosterone. In females, ovulation, development of corpus luteum, secretion of progesterone. I will explain you clearly once again. Next, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. In males, spermatogenesis. In males, spermatogenesis. In females, growth of Graafian follicles, estrogen secretion, milk secretion, and production also. Next one, thyroid, present in neck region. The hormone secreted from is called thyroxine. Thyroxine. The function of the one, general growth rate and metabolic activities. General growth and metabolic activities. Next one, ovary, present in the lower abdomen, mostly present in the females, not mostly, clearly, exactly present in the females only. Estrogen hormone, growth of uterus and pelvis, and 28 days menstrual cycles. Clear. Testis, these are present only in the males. Scrotal sacs present in. The hormone is called as testosterone. Okay. The function of the one, growth of hair on the face especially, muscular development and deepening of voice, especially in the adolescence age, and normal sex behavior in the opposite genders respectively. Last one, adrenal gland. Okay, attached to the kidneys, adrenaline hormone, increasing the heartbeat rate and increasing the blood sugar levels and increasing the dilation of coronary artery and the pupil. Clear? Listen once. What are the respective functions of the one? Clear. Pituitary gland. This is presenting in the floor of the brain. First hormone regarding this, somatotropin. Somatotropin. Simply, it is commonly called as the growth hormone. So, when the child is becomes nearly the 13 age to 19, this is also adolescence, also commonly called as teenage. When the boys and girls are in the started when they are crossing the 12 years, when they soon after entering into the 13 years onwards, this particular hormone is mostly secreted, both in respectively males and also in the females, of course, in boys and girls. So this is respectively function of the one growth of bones, especially during this particular adolescence. The growth of the boys and girls is gradually increases. Abnormal increasing in the growth occurs in this particular periods. The three responsible by the hormone is called as somatotropin, growth hormone. Okay, thyrotropin, thyrotropin. So this is also secreted by the pituitary. So the activity is called activity of thyroid gland. See that? You know clearly a butterfly shaped organ present which surrounds the trachea. That is commonly called as the thyroid gland. This is the gland is common for both males and females. Thyroid gland. The secretion, the hormone secreted thyrotropin from that males and females also. This is the activity of thyroid gland. This particular hormone secretion acts on the thyroid gland. When this hormone acts on the thyroid gland secretes thyroxine. Thyroxine. I understand. For the production of thyroxine, this activity is automatic. This activity is compulsory. Secretion is very necessary. Clear. Next one, gonadotropin. This is activity of ovaries and testes. So here, what are called gonads? Gonads means basically sexual organs. Okay, these gonadotropin acts on the sexual organs of males and females. When this gonadotropin acts on the males, acts on the, for example, female, that is activity on the shows the activity on the ovary. When it shows the activity on the testis, that can also activate on the testis automatically now. So okay, these two sex organs, ovaries are the sexual organs in the females, testis are the sexual organs in the males. These two organs are respectively activated for their particular respective hormones. Okay. Next one, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, stimulates the secretion from adrenal cortex. I told you. See that? Adrenocorticotropic hormone, C. So these are the kidneys. On the top of the one, there is an adrenal glands. So if you understand clearly the internal structure of the adrenal gland, okay, outer part is commonly called as the cortex and internal is commonly called as medulla. Okay, on the ACTH acts on the stimulated secretion of adrenal cortex. When this particular one act on the adrenal cortex, from this adrenal cortex, the respective hormones are secreted, which may also regarding this particular growth of the body or metabolic activities, any kind of one. Clear? Next one, luteinizing hormone. Simply it is commonly called as LH. Also common for both males and females. Okay, when it is acts on the females, for example, in the males, that is responsible for secretion of testosterone. The male sexual organs called as testis. Male sex hormone is called as testosterone, which is secreted from the testicles or testis, present in the scrotal sacs or in the lower abdomen, especially in the males. Clear. Okay, in females, if it is secreted, if it is acts on the females, that is commonly called as ovulation. After maturation, after first menarche, either the soon after by the 12 years or 13 years, depending upon the health condition of the particular girl, soon after the first menarche, in every month there might be a process commonly called as a menstrual cycle. This is simply commonly called as ovulation. Mostly one egg is released from the respective two ovaries presenting in the lower abdomens in these particular locations. Clear in the females especially now. So this process is commonly called as ovulation. Okay. Next one, development of corpus luteum and secretion of progesterone. See, listen. So for example, this is FRS. This is called as ovary. This is simply just a rough diagram to you. Okay. This is ovary. From this ovary, after the first menarche, okay, after the first menarche, every month, for example, this is the left ovary and this is the right ovary. In every month, one ovule is releasing from the left ovary. In the next month, from one more ovule is releasing from the right ovary in successive times. But whatever it may be, in every month, one ovule is released. Okay. So from this particular, there is a number of follicles are present. These are commonly called as the Graafian follicles. The ruptured follicle from the Graafian, the ruptured egg from the Graafian follicle is commonly called as the carpus luteum. So development of the corpus luteum is depending upon the hormone is commonly called as luteinizing hormone. When this hormone is secreted in time, particularly this particular periods, this particular cyclic processes is not having any disturbance. Okay. One more thing, the secretion of progesterone. Progesterone is useful for the implantation of embryo soon after releasing the egg. So, for example, if the egg might be a chance to fertilize within a sperm cell, I understand. So there might be a chance for the formation of the zygote here. Okay, this zygote travels through the fallopian tube and directly attaches and embedded in the walls of the uterus. This particular process commonly called as implantation. This process commonly called as implantation. For the formation of egg, this is common for the formation of implantation. The hormone is commonly called progesterone is mandatory. Progesterone is necessary for the implantation of the embryo. I understand. Soon after the fertilization. Until then, there is no chance of fertility. Okay, fertility after, there might be a chance for the implantation. For this one, progesterone is mandatory. Okay. Next one, FSH stands for follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone. Listen, when it is acts on the males, spermatogenesis, production of sperm cells, production of sperm cells in the males from the testis, that is commonly called as the spermatogenesis. Production of ovules in the females is called as ovulation. See this? Production of sperm cells is commonly called spermatogenesis. Clear? This is only in the males. Okay. If it is act in the females, growth of Graafian follicles. I told already just now. So there are number of Graafian follicles are present. These Graafian follicles development is automatically done by the follicle stimulating hormone. One more thing. And again, estrogen. This is also called as female sexual hormone. These total cyclic mechanisms are under control by the hormone is called as estrogen. And again, the estrogen is also responsible for secondary sexual characters in the females. Okay. Secondary sexual characters means body development, pelvic region development, breast development, and low pitch voice. Okay. These are complete, and hair growing, physical fitness. These are all complete comes under as a estrogen. And again, hair also grows on the armpits and the genital regions. These are all complete comes under as a secondary sexual characters, which also responsible for the hormone is called as estrogen. Clear? And again, after this particular implantation, there might be chance for the next process commonly called milk production and milk secretion for the coming baby. Okay, next one. Until then, the pituitary gland hormones are clear. Next one, thyroid gland. Already I told you know, Thyroid gland is present in the neck region, which surrounds the trachea like a butterfly-shaped organ. Are clear? Thyroid gland secretes the hormone is called as thyroxine, which is also stimulated by this one, thyrotropin. Clear? This is useful for general growth and metabolic activities. Of course, sorry. Mental activities and metabolic activities. Mostly mental development of the child is depending upon the thyroxine. Understand? This is also produced by activity of iodine implementations. Okay, so the iodine is very necessary for the production of thyroxine. That's why the government of India also implemented iodized salt. That is, the iodine element is added in the salts itself. No, iodized salts. But all the people they can't able to take directly the iodine components. Most of these kind of iodine components are presenting in seafood materials. All kinds of persons may not get the particular kind of food materials. Okay, that's why this process is also implemented government of India by the government of India. General growth rate and metabolic activities and mental remaining activities now. Clear? Ovary. Okay. So these are present in the lower abdomen in only in females. Okay, these are the clear locations. Lower abdomens. Okay, the hormone is called as estrogen. Estrogen secreted, This is also called a secondary sexual characteristic giving hormone is called, growth of uterus. Do you know? This particular chamber is commonly called as uterus. In Telugu, Garbhashayam. That this is the site for the growing baby. A muscular sac, a three-layered muscular sac. It is well-designed muscular sac for the growing of the baby itself now. This is commonly called as uterus. The uterus sac is mostly developed clearly. That is by estrogen and pelvis. For example, if the woman, if the female, for example, if the female got the chance to the pregnancy, soon after the pregnancy, so the zygote can gradually develops continuously, day by day, and month wise. So to increasing the levels of the extra weight, okay, the pelvic region must be compulsory fitness condition. That's why the pelvic region is gradually developed to bearing the baby in coming future. That's why the growth of the uterus following by the growth of the pelvis to bearing the coming baby, to bearing the extra weight of the coming baby, and again followed by the 28 days menstrual cycles, and continuously by every month. These are generally commonly called as periodic tables, especially in the females. Also commonly called as 28 to 28 days menstrual cycles. These are under control by the hormone is commonly called as estrogen. Okay. So next one, testis or testicles, presenting in the scrotal sacs in the lower abdomen, just below the penis. Clear? One pair of testis are present. Okay, presenting in the scrotal sacs. Okay, a muscular pouch-like structure called as the scrotal sac. That testis secretes the hormone is called as the testosterone. Testosterone. This is the hair of the hair, general hair growth on the face mostly. When the child becomes an adolescence during this particular one, beard and mustache, and hair growth also under armpits. This is general hair growth and muscular development, physical fitness, and deepening of voice. Until that particular one, the child voice is generally a low pitch one. Then after the deepening of voice means the bass voice may comes. Oh, oh, like this one. Clear it is. This is commonly called as secondary sexual characteristic feature. Clear? And again, normal sex behavior, that is commonly called the attraction between the opposite genders. In opposite genders, that is a common characteristic feature in adolescence period. This is responsible by the hormone is called as testosterone. Clear it is. Okay, sometimes some of the persons getting early, too early, the mistaken bird. So this is depending upon the hormonal secretion, hormonal imbalance. Okay, clear it is. Adrenal, presenting attached to the kidneys, just now I told you, adrenaline hormone. So this is important for increasing the heart rate. Just I told you, as the percentage of the adrenaline hormone is increases, the heartbeat rate is increases, the pulse rate increases, and again blood sugar levels is gradually increases, and again that simultaneously dilation of the people are frightened, anger, grief. These all conditions are also followed by the process commonly called as the dilation of the people, and again followed by the dilation of the coronary artery and the dilation of the pupils. regarding this one, because this is the endocrine gland secretions of the body. Okay, next, soon after this one, we can autonomous nervous system. Okay, next one, wait. Okay, the coming topic is autonomous nervous system. Autonomous nervous system, you know very well, human nervous system has three main divisions: central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, autonomous nervous system. In central nervous system, brain and spinal cord is clear. In peripheral nervous system, cranial nerves and spinal nerves. These two comes under the peripheral nervous system, totally 43 pairs. Third one, autonomous nervous system. It contain two divisions, which is commonly called as sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system. See that? Do you know the ganglion? The transverse section of spinal cord. In that particular one, we observe clearly the ganglion, a group of neurons together in a particular location to perform the particular task is commonly called as the ganglion. A group of nerve cell bodies. Okay, a group of nerve cells together in a particular places which can carry the particular function is commonly called as the ganglions. Here, autonomous nervous system has two divisions respectively, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic nervous system is formed by the ganglion of the either sides of the spinal cord. Clear it is? Sympathetic nervous system is formed by the ganglions of the cells or ganglions of either sides of the spinal cord and their associated neurons. See that? Sympathetic nervous system formed by the ganglion from either side of the spinal cord and their associated neurons. Whereas the parasympathetic nervous system, it is formed by the ganglion of the cranial neurons and they are the posterior part of the spinal cord. Clear it is? Whereas the parasympathetic nervous system is formed by the ganglions from the cranial nerves in the anterior region and the posterior region of the spinal cord. These two divisions are respectively commonly called as parasympathetic nervous system. See here, what is the importance of one? Already we know clearly autonomous nervous system means by self, by their own, they can automatically control. Already all these controlling moments are under control by the mostly the spinal cord itself now. Clear? So some of the actions are under control by the spinal cord. They can in reverse. For example, one of the activities dilated, one of the activities automatically constricted. Here, for example, this particular neuron is also connected with the eyes. For example, dilation of the eyes is under control by the sympathetic nervous system. That constriction is automatically controlled by the eyes of the, for example, the parasympathetic nervous system. Dilation and constriction. Saliva inhibition, for example, when we are observing the food materials, saliva produces very quickly. Okay, when that particular activity is completely over, the saliva inhibition is automatically going on. Okay, this can inhibit the saliva secretion. Okay, next one, for example, lungs movement, inhalation and exhalation. Okay, contractions and relaxations. This kind of, for example, inspiration process, the lung cavity is gradually increases in its size. During the expiration mechanism, the lung cavity is gradually decreases in its size. This kind of activity is under control by the sympathetic and parasympathetic, increasing thoracic cavity and decreasing thoracic cavity. Parasympathetic nervous system can increase, sometimes decrease. At the same time, to regarding this particular increasing one, the parasympathetic one automatically can decrease the particular activity here. These two actions are also under control by the autonomous nervous system. For example, heart movement. For example, contractions and relaxations. One of these two also under control by this. And again, the blood vessel alteration. Regarding this particular one, blood vessel altering process, that is commonly called vasomotor activity. Altering activities is under control by the sympathetic and also decreasing by the parasympathetic nervous system. Clear? And stomach inhibition. And at the same time, stomach hormones production. And next one, intestine and urinary bladder. When the bladder is completely fulfills, okay, the sphincter muscles gets relaxed to release the urine. That constriction and relaxation, under control by the sympathetic and parasympathetic. Next one, rectum emptation. So due to the adrenaline hormone, sometimes the rectum should may be emptied due to the high amount of adrenaline hormone. This can also a kind of autonomous nervous system activity. Okay, these two regarding this one. Clear? This can be forming by the ganglion of the spinal cord in either side of the spinal cord, and again their associated neurons of the parasympathetic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, and again parasympathetic ganglions are presenting in the cranial and also the posterior part of the ganglion itself now. Clear? So until then, the activities of the nervous system of the human being is clear. Then how the plants can manage, how the plants can also maintain their activities, of course their coordination. Okay, coordination in plants. So for example, for this topic, we know a small example here. Do you know previously every time you're observing any time the plant is called touch me not, touch me not means don't touch me basically. Okay, the scientific name of the plant is called as Mimosa pudica. In Telugu that is called Attipatti. Generally it is called as touch me not plant. Scientifically it is called as a Mimosa pudica. Regularly we are calling this particular plant is called as Attipatti in Telugu. Clear? See that a small surprising issue is also occurs in this particular plant here now. The base part of the one, a small swelling region may appears. So for example, this is the leaf. On the stem, there is a small stem leaf now. A group of leaflets. But actually this is completely called as one leaf. You know clearly. So this base part has the small pad, swelling pad-like structure. This is called as pulvini. What is this? This is called as the pulvini. A group of cells. A group of cells are present here. All these cells have more spaces. This is commonly called as intercellular spaces. Intercellular spaces. Do you know what is the difference between intercellular and intracellular? The space within a cell is called as intracellular space. The space between the two cells is called as intercellular. For example, these are the cells. The space within a cell, this is commonly called as intracellular space. The space between the cells, this is commonly called as intercellular space. The intercellular space of this tissue have high amounts of water molecules. Due to the high pressure of water molecules, okay, this water also pressure also create a erect position of the leaf. The leaf is completely just like as an erect position. Okay, so when we touch accidentally, unfortunately, any kind of an animal or a human being, anyone, for example, if you are touch this, a small kind of electrical current is generated. This electrical current is generated means, okay, this electrical current can also passes the movement to the next leaf. Means the water molecules present in this can also push the water molecule to the next cell. Okay, this water molecule can also pass the movement of the next cell one. Okay, gradually these water molecules can also pushing the backward direction. Okay, so the water also present here in this pulvini also, these water molecules also can also move into the backward direction. Means the pressure is all automatically decreases. Now the leaflet, for example, the base of the leaf is gradually falls down. Understand? So the water molecules are gradually pushes to backward direction. There is no chance of pressure here clearly now. That's why the base part of the one that is commonly called pulvini greatly falls down. Within 20 to 30 minutes, again, after 20 to 30 minutes again, the water molecules, what they gone back, they can gradually comes and occupy their places. Okay, gradually the water molecules come to their original places from both directions, and these water molecules can also accumulate in the original places and continuously transported to the tip of the leaf once again. Gradually, when they getting their original position, the leaflet, what can automatically fall down, gradually comes to their original position once again within 20 to 30 minutes. This kind of movement is commonly called as a thigmonasty. What is this? Thigmonasty. This is commonly called a thigmonastism. Nastic movements. This kind of movements of the plant is commonly called as nastic movement. This is commonly called a thigmonasty movement. Did you observe any time the tendrils? Tendrils. Do you know what are called the tendrils? For example, if you are observing the creeper plants, see that? So for example, these are the stems, for example. Some of the plants are also like this. From the stem is separate creeping like structures. So for example, beans, bitter gourd, and bottle gourds, and ridge gourds, these kind of plants also have like these tendrils. The spring-like structures. These are commonly called as the tendrils. The tip of the tendril also has a kind of a movement that is commonly called as the thigmonasty. Thigmonastic movement. When the plant or any kind of a stick or any kind of an organ, any kind of a object is observed, that can gradually hold its particular position. Okay, so depending upon this particular holding, the plant can gradually raises in its now. Okay, this kind of movement is commonly called as thigmonasty and nastic movements itself now clearly now. Plants also shows different kinds of movements. Okay, so that these movements are commonly called as phototropism, okay, thigmotropism, next one geotropism, so next one chemotropism, next one thermotropism. See that plant parts growing towards the light is commonly called as phototropism. Plants showing the movement towards the touch is commonly called as thigmotropism. Plants showing the movement regarding the gravity is commonly called as geotropism. And the particular chemicals that is commonly called as geotropism towards the temperature is commonly called as thermotropism. Okay, these all kinds of movements also comes under as a nastic movements of the plant one. Okay, what kind of the nastic movements and tropic movements we will discuss later in the coming topic. Okay, thank you.